If you're ready to earn your first or next $10,000 with an online course using Kajabi, then you are in the right place. Who doesn't want an extra $10,000? I'm creating a series of videos that's going to walk you through the step-by-step process to create, launch, and scale an online course to $10,000 using Kajabi. Now, if you aren't familiar with Kajabi, Kajabi is an all-in-one online business and marketing platform that you can use to run a thriving multiple 6-7-figure business online. I'm going to show you how to get started with it in this series. Now, if you're new around here, welcome. My name is Brooke Roberts. I'm the founder of brazenest.com, where we're all about helping you build an online business, work less, earn more, travel often, and live your version of a brazen, audacious, and badass life. And yeah, I'm in love with Kajabi. If you don't know that about me, welcome. I have an obsession. Now, if you want to learn more about why I love Kajabi, I made a whole video that you can go check out right here, all about why I made the switch to Kajabi from the previous Frankenstein version of my online business life. And I moved everything over about a year ago, and I am never looking back, my friends. I have built a $500,000 business in a very tiny industry and niche with my company Inside Study Abroad. I have been doing this since it was a little baby blog on Blogger in 2009, and then eventually grew it to become the platform and thriving online business that it is today. But it wasn't always that simple, and it wasn't always that easy. So I've tried to drill down the most fundamental elements and fundamental actions you need to take to build your online course and online platform with Kajabi so that you can start earning an income online and start making that first $10,000 or first $100 or first $1,000. Wherever your first is at this moment in time, I want to help you get to that next level. So before we jump into the actual tech behind the scenes of what Kajabi is all about, I want to first set the stage and reveal a few truths or secrets about building an online course or an online business of any kind. There are four main truths or four secrets you have to understand, and you have to sort of ingrain them in your heart and soul before you get launched into the technical side of everything and actually start creating a product and putting it up on Kajabi. These are really important because if you don't understand these things, it can be easy to get frustrated, maybe a little hopeless or demoralized with the process if you don't understand these truths. Please don't skip this video. It's super important. And then we'll launch into like the super hard strategy and technical side of everything. So the first thing you have to know when it comes to building an online course and an online course business is that you have to have an audience. If you don't have anyone to share your products with, it really kind of defeats the purpose of having a product. If you launch without an audience, if you put it out into the world without a real clear audience that really wants what you have, then you're likely going to hear crickets. And that is your first moment of going, oh crap, is this online business thing for me? It is for you, but you have to do things in order. And one of the things you need to focus on is building an audience. Now, you do not need a huge audience. That is a big myth around building an online business. You don't need a huge audience. In fact, with Inside Study Abroad, I still don't have a huge audience, and I'm still able to build it into a very thriving, profitable business. It doesn't have to be a huge audience, but you do have to have the targeted audience. I heard someone say once that without an audience, nothing is possible, but with an audience, anything is possible. So just having a big audience isn't the only thing that's going to bring you success. Of course, there's other elements, but that is the core foundational thing you're going to need in order to make an income online. The second thing you have to know and you have to ingrain into your soul is that this is not a get-rich-quick scheme. I wish it was. I wish I could say, do what I'm going to say in this whole series and tomorrow you'll have $10,000 in your pocket. Oh, if it were true. But unfortunately, it's not true. There's definitely going to be people online who talk about their big windfalls of cash and how they did their first launch and they made all this money. And in fact, I'm one of those people. In my first launch, I made $25,000. But it wasn't like I hadn't done a ton of lead up work to make that $25,000 possible. I had been building an audience, although haphazardly, I'd been building an audience for years before I ever launched my first product. And so I didn't launch cold to crickets. I launched to a targeted group of people who wanted what I had to sell. So yes, when you see these big numbers and people are doing these big launches, that's wonderful. It's great for them, but they have been doing the work to build an audience first. The other thing to keep in mind is that sometimes when you hear people about these big launches and they made all this money with their online course, is that it wasn't their first rodeo. You know what I'm saying? They were probably throwing a lot of spaghetti at the wall trying to figure out various course topics and audiences and hooks and titles and things like that to help bring people in to actually purchasing a course that would sell. Yes, for a lot of people, doing a launch can be a big windfall of cash, but that's because they spent a lot of time building a big audience. We're not really going to be focusing on this massive launch, 5-figure, 6-figure launch scenario in this series. We just want to get a product to market, make a little bit of cash while we do it, and then move on to scaling that so you can start earning consistent, reliable income over time. The third secret about building an online business is that you gotta keep it simple, silly. It can get really easy to fall down that rabbit hole of all the different technology and systems and strategies and tactics that people are pushing at you online. But at the end of the day, you need to stick to a streamlined tech stack, and by tech stack I mean Kajabi, and just fundamental strategies to building an online business. Yes, there's going to be new platforms that you can use and new formats that you can use, but at the end of the day, there's just the fundamental truths about building a business, and it's like you got to grow an audience, you have to create content that is valuable to them, that keeps them wanting more, you have to grow your email list, and then you have to build an automated email sequence or an automated funnel in order to sell your products to them over and over. And which brings me to the next secret about building an online business, which before I share that with you, why don't you go ahead, hit the like button on this video. If you're liking this video, hit the like button, just a little boop, boop, boop. And it does help more people find this video when more people like it. So hit that like button. Thank you so much for supporting the video. And just for liking this video, here's a little video of a baby sloth. You're welcome. All right, now for our last tip or truth about building an online business is that you have to build a product that people actually want. I know. Seems obvious, but you would be surprised about how many people just decide, I'm going to create an online product and just build it without an audience, and they haven't even validated whether anyone actually wants to buy that product. That's what we're going to be talking about in our next video. What is going to be the topic of your course and the product that you build inside of Kajabi, and how are you going to make sure that people actually want to buy it? If you want to get started with Kajabi, you can go to brazenest.com/Kajabi and get a 14-day free trial, as well as when you use that link, you'll get access to my 25K launch email sequence that I used to launch my first course and earn $25,000 in that first launch. And you'll get access to that once you use my Kajabi link. And of course, don't forget, if you want the companion guide to this series, the Kajabi Kickstart guide, just go to brazenest.com/Kickstart to download that. You can follow along through this whole series. Thank you so much for watching. Now let's get into validating your course topic in the next video. See you there.